They say there are no new ideas. I don't necessarily believe that, but it is what they say. And the mark of a true filmmaker, of a good filmmaker, is when you can take a plot that is not new and give it something fresh, tell the story in a very, very fresh way, in a way that feels like we are watching something for the first time. Yes, that is when you know you've seen a good filmmaker. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about Boy Kills World. Boy Kills World follows the story of a boy that his parents were killed and he grows up to want to get their revenge, basically. And I know you've heard revenge movies so many times. You've seen revenge movies so many times. What are you going to give me now that I've not seen before? But yes, this film gives us something beautiful, something fresh that feels like something you've not seen before. Like I said, it's not an original idea, but the filmmaker, he knew what he wanted to do. He had some fresh ideas, and man, he executed it brilliantly. One of the things that makes this film feel fresh is this ideas surrounding it, the concept surrounding it. This guy that is seeking revenge, he cannot hear and he cannot talk. He's deaf and dumb. And sometimes he has to monologue in his mind. Like we constantly hear him talking to himself, so like talking in his mind because he can't speak out and people he's interacting with. Although they cannot hear what he's saying, but he's talking to them with his inner monologue or something like that. So it's fresh. I don't know. I've not seen it like that before. I've not seen a revenge story where the main guy cannot talk and he's using his inner voice to talk to us and talk to the people around him, even though they cannot hear him. But it's just something fun that adds brilliance to it. And the fact that the voice he uses is a voice that this boy saw in a video game, it makes sense because he cannot hear his voice. He doesn't know what his voice sounds like. It is what he heard before he got deaf that he remembers, and it makes sense that that's the monologue, that's the voice that we're playing in his head, and that's something I really, really liked with the execution of this story. And the violence and the brutality of it is just wow on another level. Like I winced so many times. I was like, woof, what the fuck? What the fuck am I watching? It was so brutal, but it was beautifully shot. Everything they are saying, all the action, all the slashing of the throats, the blood splattering, everything, you are seeing it clearly. There are no shaky cams. The directors and the filmmakers and the cinematographers, they put the camera in a place where you can see all the action vividly. Like it's not all these actions that will be cut. Like you see everything as it's happening in a very beautiful way, and just adds to the cinematography of the film and the brilliance of it. Oh man, this film was so violent and the action is non-stop, like back to back. From the moment this guy starts his vengeance rampage like this, it's just non-stop. And I don't know if you're watching a revenge film, that's the kind of things you want to see. That's the kind of things you want to see in an action revenge film. And man, the filmmakers understood the assignment and they delivered. The main character, the boy, because we don't know his name, we just know him as Boy. The boy that kills the world is played by Bill Skarsgård. And man, Bill Skarsgård's performance in this film was brilliant. The guy doesn't say anything. We just see him using facial expressions and body language, and he conveys a lot of emotions with just that without saying anything. And that's just something that I really appreciated because even though we didn't need a lot of communication from him, a lot of those body language, because the film could still stand without all those elements. But the fact that he added all those body language to it and his facial reactions, it made it good. And the fact that this character was always reading people's lips, you will constantly see Bill Skarsgård looking at the person he's talking to, you see him looking at their lips because it's their lips he's reading. He can't hear what they are saying, he's reading their lips. And the fact that he always pays attention, looks at the person he's talking to, looks at their lips, like that's another detail that just adds to the brilliance of his performance. Man, a lot of things went right to this film. The kind of songs that were used in itself, I didn't pay attention to the songs, and that is why I think it makes sense because the song just complements everything so much. It feels like I am just in this world. I can't really feel the other things surrounding this world, but I am so in it. I am feeling it. I am just in this craziness. Ah, man, I can't emphasize the violence. Man, the violence is just on another level, and the fact that it was well shot was just cherry on the cake. And there's an unexpected twist that comes like in the third act of this film. And when that twist came, I was like, yo, this changes things. This changes things. And just added more to the story. And the way it just shaped the whole narrative was just wow. I did not expect it. It worked so well with the overall concept of the story. And after this twist, there was a final fight. Ah, man, that final fight was one of the craziest, most brutal, most gorgeous fight sequences I have ever seen. When I was watching it, it reminded me of The Raid. Have you seen The Raid? You'd have seen The Raid. This Asian film, where the police go to raid a building. The kind of fight scenes that in that film, the raid are some very, very brutal, very gritty fight sequences. And that was what this last fight reminded me of. It helps that one of the characters from the raid was also the character in this film. So something that just added to the brilliance and the grittiness, the violence. Oh man, there's so many times I was like, oh, like saying I mean they give all these punches. Damn, it was so beautiful to watch and it's worked brilliantly. Honestly, I didn't think much of this film. I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, this seems like a fun action film that is just mindless. And yes, it is mindless, but it is so fun. It is so energetic. And did I mention it is funny? It has some funny moments and everything just came together and worked together and just delivered one very, very fresh piece of IP. And man, I loved watching this film. So have you guys seen Boy Kills World? What you think about it? Comment below and let me know. And if you've not seen Boy Kills World, my G, shit, stop what you're doing right now and go and watch that film. You will love it. It will blow your mind. If you're someone that is squirmish, if you don't like blood and all that shit, my nigga, just stay away from this. But if you love violence, I mean, come on, in Nigeria, I like violence now. Say no to peace, always violence. This one will serve that weird thing that you have. So go watch it if you've not. And if this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.